Writing this really cool book. I'm going to show you the cover. 5,000 Ways You Know You're From Detroit. This is awesome. Yeah, no, we all know, we saw it in my tees. You know you're from Detroit when you've using your hand as the mitten. It's interesting though, because you're not actually directly from Detroit. You're from Windsor, but it's pretty close.
Close enough.
1 mile away.
Yeah, and you spent a lot of time in Detroit. What inspired this book?
Well, we had done a book on Windsor called 500 Ways You Know You're From Windsor. It became a Canadian bestseller twice. People said, you should do one about Detroit. It's right there. It's huge. There's so much more to talk about. So we thought, well, why not? And we did it.
I love it. 5,000 ways, that is a lot of ways. And we're looking at some of the images and some of the pages from your book right now. And some of these ways, I know you both have some of your favorites. What are some of the favorites? I know you had one about the outer drive.
Well, I love the fact that when somebody tells you the address is on Outer Drive, you have to break out a map, because Outer Drive, well, it's just...
You'll get lost for sure.
For sure.
Right.
Detroit's Mystery Road.
Detroit's a mystery road, and you have a couple of favorites too. I think we marked one of them.
If you know you're from Detroit, well, it's Memorial Day weekend, so
Right.
one of the things we did was a big story about Detroit's role in winning World War II. So there was Rosie the Riveter, and who was an actual person.
From Detroit.
Yes,
Detroit, yeah.
yes.
And that's really neat. I don't know if everybody realizes that Rosie the Riveter is actually from Detroit. That's really neat. This is really a history book, and it's neat because I can kind of turn this around towards you, but it's a history book that you are going to learn a lot of things that you might not have known, or be reminded of things that you did know. And for me, I'm looking at this book thinking, oh my gosh, I had no idea that was exclusively Detroit. And you have this great feature where at the bottom in red, you actually put something very specific. You know you're from Detroit if.
Yeah.
There's really a lot of information here.
Yeah.
You know what? We had such a hard time stopping when we wrote this book. There was just so much we could do. That book would have been twice as big. It was really hard to stop. So, I mean, Detroit's an incredible place, and we love it. We just do, and we appreciate it, having lived through so much of this, because we are baby boomers. This is meant for baby boomers.
Yeah.
Whether they grew up here or not, they love it.
Yeah, the baby boomer thing has not been covered very well, so we looked at the hundreds and hundreds of books that have been written. There's pieces of it, Werner's story, the Better Made Chip story, but we took all those stories and put it into one novel for people to read about their life growing up as baby boomers, or the kids, or the grandparents, or whoever, but it's that great generation from 1945 to 1980.
This is really incredible. It really is an incredible novel. Lots of beautiful images and photos, and I know you did the art, you did the publishing. Let me flip this over so you can see the cover here a little bit better. And you can buy this book right now at Detroit Mercantile here at Eastern Market. You'll be signing some books, not this weekend, but very soon. When are you signing books?
On June 9th from 11 till 2, right here in the amazing Detroit Mercantile store. I want to go and explore more.
Oh my gosh, you could be here all day and still be finding treasures. I love it. And this is definitely one of those treasures, 5,000 ways you know you're from Detroit. And you know that here in Detroit, we don't ask for ginger ale, we ask for Vernors.
We need the
That's
Vernors.
one of the 5,000 ways
right.
we know we're from Detroit.
Yeah, and those Better Made chips. Yeah, Chris and I are, we're thinking we'd love some right now. I love that though. What a fun way to explore the city too, right?
Truly, absolutely.